Hi everybody, I'm Chef Ange. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my kitchen. On today's episode, I want to show you everything you need to know to make an amazing Smashburger at home. Smashburger is hands down and by far the best way to make a burger in your own house. I'm going to show you the step-by-step cooking process. I'm going to show you all the equipment you need, no fancy grills. We're going to do this all indoors, and I'm going to show you how to make an amazing burger sauce that's going to take this burger to the next level. But before I get into the recipe video, check the description box below. Down there's all the ingredients and the full directions. And if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you can find out when I drop new recipe and tip videos. Let's get cooking.
The best thing about making a Smashburger is there's not a lot of prep. The one thing we do have to prep for our sauce is going to be some white onion. So I'm going to take this white onion and I'm going to chop it, and I'm going to keep running my knife through it until it's super duper fine. And once it's super duper fine, we'll set that aside. Now let's make our burger sauce. I like to keep things a little bit on the healthier side. We're going to use a high-fat beef. So we're going to use some non-fat Greek yogurt and some light sour cream as the base for our sauce. In addition to the Greek yogurt and the sour cream, we're going to put in some mayo. I'm just using this avocado oil mayonnaise because it's what I have, and it's the mayonnaise of my preference. But you can use any mayo that you'd like. And now we're going to put in a little bit of ketchup, maybe a little bit more. And now we're going to add in some yellow mustard. And these are going to combine to make that nice light orange flavor that we know that the burger sauce looks like. Now we're going to add some relish. This is my favorite relish. This is a brand called Wickles. They make awesome pickles too. And we're going to put in a little bit of that, and in goes that white onion that we totally destroyed with the knife. Super duper fine. You don't even want to know that there's onion in the sauce. Now for a little bit of sweetness, you can use some sugar. I like to use honey for the sweetness. I think it adds a really nice flavor along with the sweetness. And now we're going to add some white vinegar for just a touch of acidity, and a pinch of salt just to bring all these flavors together and really make them pop. So now we're going to mix this together, and if you notice that this is a large amount of sauce, this is the recipe in the video description makes a far smaller quantity. I like to make a lot of this just because I use this stuff for everything. It goes on top of sandwiches. It's great salad dressing. So anytime I make Smashburgers, I'm always making a giant pot of this burger sauce and just using it throughout the week. Taste as you go and adjust based upon what you're tasting and what you're seeing. We're going to transfer this over into a container, and we're going to put this in the fridge, and now we're going to make our burgers. We want the flavors to come together and for this to be a little cool before it hits the burger. So now we're going to use an 80-20 ground beef. I wouldn't suggest going any leaner than this because part of making a Smashburger is rendering the fat out of the burger and that the burger cooks in. I think the perfect size for a Smashburger is anywhere between 2/10 to 1/4 of a pound each. I'm making these 1/4 of a pound each just because I like a big burger. And when you make the burger of this size, the burger can sit alone as a single or a double. We're going to make a double here, so this is going to be a half-pound burger. You're also going to have to roll them into balls. That's just going to make them easier to smash. So when you smash them, it actually smashes into a round patty. So don't go crazy, but just pack it nice and tight into a ball with your hands. And we're going to set those aside in the fridge so they cool. One of the things that we're going to need in order to smash them is going to be some parchment paper. So I'm taking this sheet of parchment paper and just cutting it in half. And now let's talk burger press. You can use other things, but for like $8 or $10, you can go on Amazon. You can get a nice burger press, and you're also going to need a spatula with a sharp edge on the end. You can use a fish spatula that's flexible because it's got that same edge on the bottom. But whatever it is, it's got to be metal, and it's got to be thin, and you got to be able to get underneath those burgers. We just got to do one more thing before we can get these burgers going is we got to make some toppings. So I don't like to buy pre-shredded lettuce. I feel like it's always a little slimy and yellow. So we're just going to take this iceberg lettuce. We're going to cut it into strips. Then I'm just going to turn it sideways and chop it up a little bit more. And now for our tomatoes and for our onions, we got to make sure that we slice them super thin. The biggest sin people make is when they're putting onions and tomato on burger, that they're cutting them really, really thick. Get out a sharp knife, pay attention, and cut them really thinly. The onions I like to leave into rings, so I'll cut them from a whole onion and then break them up into the individual rings like you would get from a burger when you would go to a restaurant. And now we're going to do the same thing with this tomato. We're going to cut it really thin, and I'm cutting the tomato from bottom to top, never side to side. It just helps the tomato hold together a little bit better. the biggest sin people make with these deluxe burger toppings is just not slicing them thin enough. So take your time, use a sharp knife, get those tomatoes super thin. Now let's head over to the stove and turn it all the way up to high, and I'm gonna use this 2-burner skillet, and I'm getting this over 500 degrees because you want to get it super duper hot. You could work with a pan, but this just gives me more room to maneuver around a spatula. We're gonna hit a little high heat oil on this. We're gonna put those balls down on there. The parchment paper goes right on top of the burger, and the burger pressed down with a lot of effort, and I'm trying to make sure that I smash it nice and flat and round. And we'll use the same piece of paper and give it a really good smash until it's nice and flat. Now we're just going to season one side with salt and pepper, and you want to move pretty quick. These burgers are going to cook really fast too. So we're just going to season both with salt and pepper. Now we're going to take one of those spatulas and we're going to scrape this off the bottom. It should release pretty easily. And now we're going to give it a good flip and check out the color on the other side of this. Nice golden dark sear on that beef. This is absolutely beautiful. That's all flavor. So now we're going to go 2 slices of cheese. We're using American yellow on these. We're going to go crisscross. The cheese could melt all by itself, but if you wanted to speed it up and get the cheese extra melty, use a cheese melter, or you could just use the top of a pan and just make sure that it doesn't get on the bottom. And once you see the cheese that is melting and getting to the cast iron and searing a little bit, these are good to go. So we're going to take these, we're going to put them aside, and now we're going to build our burger. But before we build the burger, let me show you how easy it is to clean this cast iron. So I give it a little bit of a scrape, then I get this paper towel that's soaked in water, and I'm just going to rub it all over until we get everything off. Now I'll take a dry piece of paper towel and clean it off, and a little bit of avocado oil. That's what I like to use to season my cast iron, and we'll give that a little bit of a rub. So it's just one less thing to clean later, and it cleans really, really easy when it's super hot and doesn't clean as easy once it cools down. My favorite burger bun is a brioche bun. I think it's just so soft and wonderful. We're going to give these a little bit of a toast, and we don't have to make these from scratch. The whole purpose of making a Smashburger is that it's fast and easy, so we're not going to bake buns from scratch, at least not today. And once that's nice and toasted, because it gives the bun a little bit of a texture, we're going to assemble our burger. We're going to start with a little bit of our burger sauce on the bottom, and then goes that shredded lettuce. Then we're going to take our burgers and we're going to put them on top with just a little bit more sauce. Now we're going to layer in some of those deluxe toppings. So we're going to start off with some pickles, and these are from that same company called Wickles. Such good pickles. Then we're going to 2 slices of some nice thin tomato, a couple of these onion rings. I encourage you to take your time to assemble this burger, and how you put it together makes such a difference. You know, just don't put the ingredients on in any order. Put them on just like I'm showing you. And now give this a little bit of a push down, and this thing is ready to eat. The next time that you're going to make a burger, definitely consider making a Smashburger. Get the burger press. It's totally worth the $8. And enough talking. Let's eat this bad boy.
And just as promised, this super easy burger is ready, and I am so excited to try it. I love burgers, and just like I said, this is one of my favorite ways to eat a burger. Before I plow into this thing, I just want to point out a few things. Look at those nice, like, lacy, crispy edges that we got on here. Like, one of the best flavors in the world is seared beef, and the edges on this that are just pure, don't have any cheese or any sauce on them, is going to blend really nicely with this whole burger. Well, enough talking about it. I'm going to eat this thing. That is unbelievably good, and I just still can't believe how easy Smashburgers are to make. I mean, look at the inside of this thing. This burger perfection. I feel like I can't put this thing down, and I'm gonna eat the whole thing. Well, before I let you all go, I'm gonna put this thing down. I hope you found this Smashburger tips video helpful. If you did, give the like button a little love. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and this is your first time at the channel. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.